This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. A lot is going to be changing relative to the Donald Trump approach to a campaign this year, 2024. We witnessed in 2016 him try to posture himself as an outsider, anti-establishment. He still tried to do that even though he was president of the United States for 4 years, tried to do that again in 2020. It failed, obviously. He lost by 7 million plus votes to Joe Biden. And we're witnessing it again, not just from Donald Trump. We're going to talk about that a little later, but from his acolytes, from his toadies, from his network of accomplices. Steve Bannon specifically is who I'm going to talk about today. And they're doing this very strange thing where they're attempting to put Donald Trump out there only to the base, to the most rabid of fans. And they're doing so by attacking legacy conservative media like Fox News. Steve Bannon, this weekend in Baltimore, took to the podium, took to the stage of CPAC, and proceeded to directly address Rupert Murdoch, a man who we just witnessed all of the discovery from the Dominion case. We've seen what an ally he is to the Republican Party and even to Donald Trump himself. And they're attacking Rupert Murdoch, a terrible person, and attacking Fox News as the enemy, as some kind of a bid to be even more anti-establishment. This, they feel, is their way, is their path to victory, is somehow acting like he's so anti-establishment that he'll even attack Fox News. Watch this bananas clip as kind of a precursor to what you're going to witness as this entire thing goes off the rails in the Trump campaign.
Okay, Murdoch, here's the way it's going to be, brother. You've disrespected Donald J. Trump long enough, okay? He goes to East Palestine and gets the Biden administration. It's a global news event, and you don't cover it live. Is there that much happening on Fox News at 2 in the afternoon that you can't cover him live? He hasn't been on Fox News since he announced for presidency. Let me ask you, any guy that brought peace to the world for 4 years until the Chinese let off a bioweapon, right? Wouldn't you think, to have respect for the audience, you would have him back up here to talk about the geopolitical? If you had respect for people, wouldn't you do that? They don't respect you. Read the depositions. The deposition, they have a fear, a loathing, and contempt for you. And you're the ones that can make changes. The shareholders, if you want your share price to stay up, you need to take action. The first thing you need to do is get rid of Paul Ryan as an independent director. If Paul Ryan's saying that Trump wins, he's not going to go, then you got to get rid of him. The Murdochs immediately have to start covering President Trump. No special deals. Just cover the man. Ask him the tough questions. But we need to hear the voice of Donald J. Trump. Hey, and old man Murdoch, while you're at it, why don't you no more softball interviews to the guys running against him and no more infomercials, okay? Play it straight. You play it straight. Donald Trump's going to win the primary, and Donald Trump's going to win the presidency.
The voice of a generation, Stephen K. Bannon. There's a lot there to talk about. Donald Trump brought peace to the world during his time there until the Chinese attacked the world with a bioweapon, meaning COVID-19. Now, there is one thing I will agree with Mr. Bannon about, and that is the fact that Fox News does not respect the audience. Fox News absolutely has abject disrespect for the people who watch their trash and their propaganda. Rupert Murdoch even said it in the court documents that in a deposition that this isn't about red or blue. This is about green. But what fantasy land do these clowns live in that Donald Trump can face tough questions? You ask him the tough questions and quit doing softball. Quit giving softball questions and softball interviews to the opponents, like I'm guessing Ron DeSantis. In what world is Donald Trump capable, qualified, able to navigate difficult questions related to policy and answering some of the tough questions that face us as a country? He never, ever was able to. When you face him with tough questions, he tells you to shine bleach up your ass or drink bleach or shine light in some orifice. That's how they're going to be strongly looking into that. Donald Trump is a disaster of an intellect, a disaster of a president, a disaster of a human being. He did not bring peace to the world. Donald Trump did not bring stability to the United States. He did not bring respect from other countries our way. We were a laughingstock for 4 years with Donald Trump as president. And this notion that you're going to be able to win the presidency by further isolating, further shrinking the voter base that you appeal to is absolute nonsense and an autocratic wet dream. You broaden the coalition, you broaden the base. That's how you win an election. You don't isolate the people like Fox News voters. Now, I realize what he's trying to do is turn the voter base against Fox News, thereby widening, hopefully, the viewer base of Newsmax or OAN or whatever war room program that Steve Bannon does on a daily basis, I guess, over at Real America's Voice. But it is the same playbook, but they're shrinking the audience. How is that a winning strategy? The answer is that it's not. They don't care about winning strategy because Donald Trump is unable to not only win the popular vote, which he never did, but he's unable to win elections. We've witnessed that with his endorsements that candidate after candidate after candidate both lost in primary, and then when they were candidates that did win in primary failed miserably in the general election because they're too radical for your average American. But that also does not matter to Donald Trump and his team, because if they lose, when indeed they lose, they will cry foul. They will cry that it's rigged. They will cry that it was stolen from them. Donald Trump has said as much with his own mouth. If I lose, the only way I lose is if it was stolen from me, because our system is rigged. There is no fundamental respect or adherence to democratic principles. We're witnessing this ramp up right now in 2023 ahead of 2024. So keep an eye out for this rhetoric to continue and for the panoply of idiots who will be surrogates for Donald Trump to grow. Because this will be the way that conservatives make their mark in Trump world, is to step out from the limelight of the mainstream of conservative media and start parroting this nonsense. This will be the way that a new generation of pundits and commentators who are pro-Donald Trump are going to make their mark in this race or in this new campaign. We will see. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can absolutely email me daily at Dollemore.com. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to see you on social media. I am at Dollemore on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, at Dollemore. If you appreciate what I do, if you think I have my finger on the pulse, as it were, please consider supporting my work, helping produce what I do here. Click the join button below, become a channel member for $1.99 a month, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. Love to hear from you. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.